Leo, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are looking at a bit of general, whatever wants to come out for you, what you need to know right now. But we will be looking at love as well. Okay, please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. I have been running that competition as well, but I'm ready to draw that, guys. So when you see this video posted, you will have like literally an hour left to enter that competition. So make sure you do leave a comment on the video if you do want to go in the draw for that free personal reading. Very last chance. I've pushed it back as much as I can, but I will be drawing that in an hour after posting this video. Okay, so make sure you leave a comment. But this week I've got the Oracle of the Shapeshifters. Beautiful deck there. We have the Origami Lenormand, as well as 3 love oracles. We've got the True Love Oracle, the beautiful heart-shaped Lovers Oracle cards, as well as the Mystic Red Rose Oracle. Okay, so getting into it for you, Leo. Leo, what does Leo need to know right now? What is going on for Leo? What does Leo need to know? Seeing some water energy here for you, Leo. So, straight away, because I am picking up on I've got 2 cards here that are both water energy, and it's asking me to tell you, you need the water to temper your fire at the moment. That just be very wary of how fiery you are at the moment, Leo. And we have the Mermaid of Immersion, which is about complete commitment. Okay, so giving your all, using that fire for passion and ambition, but not going overboard with, committing to what you want from situations, not allowing the fire to take over, which can change the structure and push a different narrative here, that you're needing to immerse yourself in commitment to a certain thing. So if your commitment is to not yet, like I'm like, if you're having an argument with somebody, for example here, Leo, committing yourself to the outcome that you want from that argument, that you don't want it to become a full-blown conflict. You need to commit to that, because your fiery nature at the moment is trying to push you to, go full-blown with the fire. You're needing to temper yourself out a little bit here, and immerse yourself in, the desired outcome. Okay, but we also have Amphitrite. I can't even say it correctly. The Sea Queen's Blessing. Okay, so you are being sort of blessed by the ability to use the water power at the moment, and a lot of the water power is, controlling and tempering our emotions. So I feel like that's very strong need for you to temper your emotions at the moment. I just keep getting like something pushing you to flare out with your fire, and needing to, take on the full blessing of that water energy, of that, commitment to your true emotions, rather than allowing the emotions to fire up out of nowhere. Having like a longer term goal in mind, and tempering those emotions a little bit with that water. Okay. Leo, what's going on for Leo at the moment? What does Leo need to know? Yeah, it's definitely, and maybe there was a reason that I used that argument example, because I'm seeing a conversation or an emotional conversation coming out here. Why? Advice for Leo with that, please. Okay. So, yeah, we definitely see emotions at the surface here. We have the lilies and the moon both coming out, both talk about emotions, but the lilies asks us to, really take on board the long-term outcomes, what we're wanting emotionally long-term, not just the here, the now, which the fire, pushes the here and the now. The water is pushing the longer term energy for you to, be very honest with yourself, very intimate with yourself, very, open and honest about what your true emotions are here, but also about the long-term goals of, where those emotions are going. So once again, tempering that fire with the water energy. The moon is all about, using your intuition wisely here, not allowing yourself to make a huge problem out of something that doesn't need to be a huge big drama. Um, Once again, I keep getting the same phrases: tempering the fire, the long-term emotional gains from this, that you really are needing to think about things as the long-term outcome that you're wanting to gain here, rather than the short-term wham bam thank you emotions. That, yes, yelling at somebody is going to give you that emotional burst right here, right now, but is it going to be the best thing to do long term? I do feel as though there's a need for you to really be thinking about the long term goals, and thinking about how you need to act and react emotionally in order to stay in line with your long-term goals with this situation. We do see the birds, so there is definitely some sort of emotionally heightened conversation taking place. It definitely could be, some sort of, quarrel type energy. It may just be a conversation where you're needing to be very honest and open with somebody emotionally, how you're feeling about certain things here. We do see the snake coming out as well, so there is this temptation for you to, strike and jump into that fire energy. The snake is a very fiery type energy as well, but ultimately it's asking you to avoid temptation if it's not in line with your true desires and passion and ambition of what you're wanting to achieve here long term. It's giving me the same messages continue, like over and over, just in different wording, different cards here. The advice we have for you, we have the clover. So take a chance. There's something about this where you're needing to, take a chance to be smarter about this. Take a chance on making the smart decision, um, not the short-term fuse decision. Okay. It may feel a little bit backwards to you while you do that. We have Yoda coming through there as well. And the Yoda card is all about finding different ways to get across what you mean. Okay. You know the way that Yoda talks, right? And it's like backwards. Everything is sort of backwards and mixed up. So it's like, this may not feel like it may not feel 100% right to you immediately, but you're needing to take like a backwards kind of approach here, where you're taking a chance on doing things in a different order, approaching things differently to how you may normally approach things, really, really using your wisdom here. Yoda is also very, very wise, okay, mature. He's like hundreds of years old or whatever, right? So needing to use the force on yourself here to to hold back when you need to hold back, but take a chance on your own wisdom and the long term. What's going, if this is a situation that you're going to have to deal with for 20 years, you need to make sure that you're not doing anything that is going to make the next 20 years very uncomfortable for you, if that kind of makes sense. I am getting a long-term energy that this is all stuff that is going to have long-term effects. So we're needing to approach that from a different angle, but the new angle needs to be very, very, using your wisdom very, very heavily here. Okay, you do have that emotional blessings at the moment, that commitment to your truth, and speaking your truth, being honest and open, but also just being very cautious to avoid the temptation of the fire at the moment, Leo. Okay, so that's the best way I can explain it. It's going to play out a little bit different for everybody within the collective, but I do feel, it's all based around this conversation. There's a conversation at the forefront here, very emotionally charged. You may feel as though for someone here, it may be confronting somebody about, have you deceived me? Like that kind of conversation. It may be a confronting type conversation. So there is emotions at play here, but it's all about, tempering those emotions and not allowing them to jump, taking a more long-term look with your wisdom, taking a chance on being wise about how you're displaying your emotions. Okay, so that's the best I can explain that one for you, Leo. But we'll have a look at love specifically. Okay, whether you are in a connection already, or this is showing, connection with self, or connection with someone you maybe even haven't met yet. Love and romance. Love and romance for Leo. What's going on for Leo with love and romance? Divine Feminine. Okay, so standing strong, knowing that you do have this inner wisdom, especially emotionally. You're able, rather than being emotional in a negative way, you're being emotional in a very nurturing kind of way, useful, helping other people, nurturing other people, being more emotional. Okay, within love. We do see the need for boundaries here as well. So, standing strong in your own power and making sure no one's walking over you, having your boundaries nice and firm, but not allowing, not allowing yourself to walk over anyone else's boundaries either. We also see chivalry. So acting sweet, chivalry is all about, just doing those nice little things for people so that they know that, I want to nurture this connection. I appreciate, I'm grateful for this connection. Being chivalrous, it happens in the smallest of ways. It's thinking of somebody, just showing someone that you're thinking of them when you're not with them. Those sorts of things. You for some of you, you may have somebody, going out of their way to be very chivalrous to you as well. For those of you who aren't currently in a connection, you may have a very chivalrous person in your energy, coming into your energy, where you're kind of like, should I put my boundaries up against this person? But no, this person's just being sweet. They're just being nice. That's just who they are. They're just a gentleman kind of energy, regardless of gender. They're just, that's just the person that they are. Okay, Leo, what's going on for Leo with love and romance? Love and romance for Leo. I saw this one coming when I was shuffling as well. We have the love card there, which does say unconditional love, self-love and wholeness, affection and attraction, and selflessness. So I feel like you're in a really good spot at the moment, Leo, for looking after yourself, loving yourself. feeling whole within that divine feminine energy of your own. For some of you, you've dealt with this in the past, the chaser energy here, still niggling a little bit in the back of your energy, fear of abandonment, chasing, and codependencies. So, you maybe have in the past put in more energy into people than you've received back from them. And they have, when we see the chaser, the runner is the counterpart to that. So you may feel as though people have sort of, as soon as things have gotten real, they've run away from you. And being just it doesn't feel like a huge drama here, Leo, but just in the back of your head, just being aware of your own codependency issues and the way that you go out of your way for other people, needing to have those boundaries around yourself firmly, that you're not giving to people that are not giving back to you in return. But we do see blowing kiss. Unconditional love, giving and receiving, fairness and love, affection being returned. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. That's the boundary where, there's no need to chase love. You don't chase love, you attract it. And that seems to be what you're moving into, starting to have a lot more self-respect and, self-love and that sense of wholeness within you. You're not needing to chase love anymore. You are attracting that unconditional love. Two of those cards have talked about unconditional love, and your affection being returned to you. We also see healthy choices. So making much better choices for yourself when it comes to love, self-love and self-care, being happier in love and in life. So on the right track, Leo, okay? But we'll have a look with this deck as well. Leo, love connections for Leo. What does Leo need to know in regard to love connections? Love connections for our Leos. One more, please. Okay, emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. So I feel like that's taking us back to what we were seeing in your general reading there. The emotions, they're natural and necessary, but, don't let them distort your perception and cloud your vision with that fire. In order to see things clearly, letting go of that resentment and keeping that greater ultimate goal in mind with conversations there, and your emotions being brought up to the surface. But we do see so I feel like that was separate to that particular message, whereas this is love, okay? We have a new beginning, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. So definitely seeing a new beginning in love for you here. Definitely have seen that here with those healthy choices and that blowing kiss energy as well, Leo. So you're definitely on the right track when it comes to romantic love. You're definitely starting to attract an unconditional love connection for yourself there. But at the moment, I feel like it's all about that self-love and making sure, you are not still affected by any of those chaser tendencies, that you are, sitting in your divine feminine and you've got those boundaries up strong where you're, not accepting somebody who's not going to give you the return on your sort of investment with your time, your love, your energy. Okay, but you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment. You've got an hour left, guys, to enter that free personal reading draw. And hopefully I'll see you all again soon.